marriage is important to the life of the church in many different ways, and I think the primary way is that married couples set the level of love in the church, and it's an experience of love that's different from those who are not married, okay? Because we bring our experience and our gift of being married to the church. And so, you know, we can have a tendency to be more demanding and righteous without the witness of conjugal love, of married love, what we do as husbands and wives. Our sacramental presence brings those the values for forgiveness and intimacy and you know, more prevalent. It brings them into the church in a concrete, visible way.
The truth of the matter is that matrimony reveals the church to itself, okay? So it's central. Its role is central. We are an intimate, committed, belonging relationship, and the most intimate one in human terms. And church is an intimate, committed, belonging relationship. We become one body. As a church, we're supposed to become one body in communion. So we really model, we're a microcosm, you know, that models what the church should be, how Catholics should be with one another. And if we see everything through that prism, we get a new understanding because we see it in relationship terms. And so it's not about rules, it's not about rights and wrongs anymore. It's about intimacy and belonging and loving. Right?
It's interesting because, you know, we all expect couples to give life, you know, through children. But the reality is that the church is intended to give life, you know, and so we should be looking at how the church is giving life, because, you know, we look at the life-giving nature of the family and the couple, and it reveals the church to itself.
So our role, okay, is to, you know, to reveal to those around us in the community how Christ loves the church by the way we love one another, okay? So if we are just kind of getting along, then we are saying that Christ just gets along with us. You know, we get a nice Jesus, you know, but God doesn't just get along with us. God is passionately in love with us. So when the church is filled with passionately in love couples, then we understand what that love is like. A cute little kind of thing that we do is that every once in a while, you know, Ronnie will say to me, "Thank you for loving me." And I always say, "Oh, I couldn't help myself," right? And I'll say that to him, and he'll say, couldn't help myself." But that's the way God is with us. You know, that's how he loves us. And unless we see that in human terms, we don't understand it, right? So we really reveal the kind of over-the-top in love passion he has for us.
So I think you've really answered the role of married couples in the mission of the church. Do you have more that you want to say on that? Because I'll ask the question.
I do. Let me think. There was something else I wanted to say there.
So I'll ask the question.
The last thing I wanted to say.
Ask the question.
Okay.
So what is the role of married couples in the mission of the church?
See, I think we reveal the depth of Christ's love for the church by the depth of our intimacy, all right? Just as the priest reveals the breadth of Christ's love, you know, by the breadth of his celibate availability, right? The problem, and so together, we actually really get a clearer picture of the way that Christ loves the church, right? The problem is, I think, that we let ourselves off the hook because we think that matrimony is a secondary sacrament. You know, we understand priesthood is a sacrament, but too often, you know, we forget our role. And so then it becomes just about us. Well, if it's just about us, we're going to let ourselves off the hook, right? But if other people are really counting on us, and this is the real difference between secular marriage and the sacrament of matrimony, is because other people are counting on us to reveal how Christ loves the church, we have to up the bar. We have to be more ambitious. We go over the top, and of course, we're the beneficiaries of that because then we get unbridled joy, right? You know, but it really does urge us on. You know, it's for those teenagers who need to believe that love is possible and love is real. You know, it's for our children. It's for everyone around. And we warm up the church. We really do, and we set that level of love in the church by that. But you know, it really takes taking that kind of responsibility. I know I always joke about how we don't let a priest off the hook. You know, if he's grumpy, he can't decide he's not going to say Mass. We tell him, hold your, bones out there and say mass, right? But we'll say, oh, no, I'm annoyed at you today, or I'm not in relationship with you today, so we're not going to be a sacrament. Can't do that, right? You know, so really, really important, and we can't let ourselves off the hook with that.